Hi, Matthew Stasica, PLA School. Today I'm talking with Daniel Bartosiewicz about copywriting these days. I'm thinking about AI and communicating your authenticity, which is gonna be a thing in the world of artificial substance. Let's do it. Tell me first, why is it worth listening to you in terms of copywriting, communication, and business?
Holy moly. I think my imposter syndrome will not allow me to say, no, screw it. It's worth listening to me because I'm pretty good at it and I'm making money for my clients. So I clearly know something, a thing or two. So I think that's worth it. If you want to make money with your words online, yeah, that's a pretty good reason for me to listen to me.
Okay, nice one. How experienced you are?
In terms of time, the years, it's gonna be 5 years in June this year. This year meaning 2024. But I think that time is not as important as practice in this particular area, because I know people that are twice as experienced in terms of time as I am, and they're not having the skills that I have and the knowledge that I have. So I think time is not, it's not like it used to be like this, that if you had more experience in terms of sheer volume of work you put in and the time you spent working, the more valuable you were on the market. And now what you can do is more important than how long have you been doing it, because there may be someone with 10 years experience, and 8 years out of this 10 years are just, as we call it, us hours, where you're just sitting at your workplace doing basically nothing, and someone with 2 years experience working their asses off can be more skilled. So I see it this way.
Yeah, and I can definitely relate to that, since we have similar issues at PLA school with our teachers. Sometimes I hear that our teachers are inexperienced because they are young. What's that? I mean, they are quite young, but they've got their experience is like from top shelf because they've been studying English for many years since very young age, and they moved there quickly to this top shelf, so they can actually see everything differently afterwards. You can be like 27 and be much better, more experienced linguistically than an old school teacher, who's 60, right? So yeah, definitely. Great. All right. AI is revealed and everybody says it's gonna take your job. So what were your first thoughts? Because definitely we are going to delve into copywriting, and right now copywriting without mentioning AI is like not possible. So what's your thought here?
I will use the quote from Sun Tzu. I may be saying it wrong, but it goes like, if you know your enemy, you may win or you may sometimes lose. But if you know your enemy and you know yourself, you will never lose, even if you fought 100 battles or something like this.
Mm-hmm.
So there are basically 3 camps in copywriting, in copywriters community. One camp is saying that they will never use AI in their lifetime because it's an abomination. The other camp, they're saying that they will use AI and that AI is taking their jobs and that AI is comparable to them. And there is third camp, which I belong to, who say that it's a tool. And because of it's a tool, because of the fact that it's a tool, we need to learn how to use it. We need to learn how to utilize it to help us. do our work better. That's my point. So the first moment that I heard that AI is doing some mischief in the copywriters community, I knew that I have two options: learn it and master it, and learn how it works and where are my advantages and how to use it, or perish. I chose the first option.
Let's define the quality copywriting and like non-quality one. What do you think?
Well, the first thing we need to put out is that copywriting is not the output. The copywriting is not writing, although it's called copy plus writing. The word contains writing. It's not writing. It's not about writing. Actually, truth be told, I think you can sell things without saying a word. I'll risk the statement that you can sell things without saying a word. And in this case, copywriting is more about understanding people and providing them with products and services they need to resolve their problems. Copywriting, I would go even further. Copywriting is solving people's problems. Just like sales, because copywriting is sales. Copywriting is sales dressed in words, I would say like that. And in this context, AI will never, maybe not never, maybe sometimes in the future, like in 100 years or so, maybe. But for now, it's not there yet, because AI is not thinking. It's not capable of analyzing, of making assumptions. It's not creative. It's recreative. If you ask it to do something, it will guess. It's guessing. It's all guessing. It's not creating. So in this context, I don't feel endangered by AI, because, well, it's not there yet. I know what it's capable of, and I know what I'm capable of. So that's that.
All right. And before, when I prepared to our conversation, I asked some questions to the readers of my newsletter, and I've got one nice question. That's good. What skill do you need to get, and how to do that, to stand out from what's being created by AI, to have those texts well written for human, and to seem like human generated, but also be really well perceived by those bots?
Well, the boundary between what robots want and what human reader wants is thin. It's very thin. Basically, the Google's standpoint is that they want to deliver the most relevant and useful results to human users. So in essence, the Google bot, its job is to estimate potential usefulness of the content in the context of the query being asked by human. So it's not that much of optimizing for robots, because making content useful for humans automatically makes it useful for the robot. Answering the search intent that's behind the query is key here. So if I'm looking for example, tomato soup recipe, I don't want to read all the history of the tomato, where it comes from, how it's being cooked in Italy, and all the 197 countries of United Nations. I want the fucking recipe. Yeah. I want to know how to make myself a meal that's not gonna kill me or cause diarrhea or some shit like this. So that's useful for me. And you know that some search results, they're all about showing you the highest the highest number of ads before you leave the page and before you're satisfied. And satisfied is the key word here, because a robot will not click your ad. A robot will not convert, will not buy by itself. Only humans buy. So you need to satisfy human users in order to satisfy Googlebot as well. That's my take. But perhaps somebody will grill me that I'm not an SEO expert and I know shit about it, but that's my take.
No. SEO experts, they are probably pretty good at putting meaningless shit on the top of the Google search, and which is why we actually waste our time while searching for a tomato soup recipe, and we are reading about this fucking history. So that's the thing. SEO experts should really understand the business perspective, the strategy, and relate to that, right? So, for example, me at PLA School, we don't really want to speak with everybody who is interested in languages. So we want to filter as much as possible, because we don't really want to spend our time on blabbling and, this pre-client service or whatever. So that was a great issue in a school I worked for a couple of months. So it's just time and energy waste, and money wise, it's also expenditure. Let's get back to copywriting, and please explain, or maybe give me an example of a successful marketing campaign that definitely use AI tools, AI-powered copywriting, and this AI played some significant role. Do you know of something like this?
Nope. I don't know of it, because perhaps some companies that use AI, they don't say they use AI. I think yesterday I watched a YouTube video and the script was written with AI, and it was awful. It was unhearable.
Yeah, unlistenable too.
Yeah, unlistenable. Yeah, that's the word. Yeah, it was. Oh God, like you need to. It's a trade-off. You do things fast without effort, but at the cost of quality. So I heard of the case of Funky Media agency. They put out tons and tons of content, of AI written content, and they exploded in terms of organic traffic. And recently they fell down. Google got onto them, and I think they were punished more so because of the low quality of the output, not because of the fact that it was AI driven. And also some SEO experts have these cases of AI written blogs that thrive, but they're not telling which domains are these. So we're not sure if it works or not. And for the sales campaigns, I didn't see it. I saw campaigns focused on selling things, on selling AI tools for us, for copywriters, allowing us to write hundreds of sales letters within 10 minutes, which I don't believe, because I don't know, like GPT is not capable of outputting 100 sales letters in 10 minutes. It's gonna get stuck. So impossible. Yeah. That's what I saw. And I saw some sales letters written with AI, written. It's not that. It's not that. Yeah. Let's use word generate. It's not there yet. Like it's not. Maybe maybe it's my bubble because I'm using ChatGPT basically every day since 18 months now. And I'm so used to the output of ChatGPT that I see it everywhere, even when it was not touched by AI. But yeah, in my opinion, we're not. It can help a regular Joe, a regular entrepreneur to do something. It's not going to be the best copy in the world, but it's going to be better than no copy at all. So
Oh yeah, that's true.
when now that you say it, now that you said it, I will look after it. I will seek the campaign using AI, and I will try to pinpoint something that's successful. I'll let you know.
I don't know now how copywriters could leverage this technology, because you mentioned it's like not writing, it's generating. So how can you use generating?
Well, when it comes to regular blog posts, it's kind of capable of doing something useful if you know what you're doing. Like, if you think that a basic prompt, like 2 sentences, like write me an article on tomato soup recipe containing 1,000 words and 100 keywords and just that, and you're expecting ChatGPT to create something useful, you've got another thing coming. But if you do your due diligence and input some data and make this prompt, from the lack of better word, better, if you make it precise and take care of it, it can be kind of useful. But
what do you mean take care of it? Like take care of it, like rewrite the outcome,
also,
or
yeah.
So you still need to be a copywriter and well, be pretty good with words.
Maybe I have a theory that in some time, ChatGPT will be better, and all the tools will be much better than they are now, and less repeatable. And our job will be more to verify the content, whether it's up to date and actually useful, rather than write it myself. That's for the content writing, that's for the blog posts. But for the sales copy, the copywriting, this sales copy is a different animal. You cannot just input a prompt and tell it to sell things. Even if you input some data, like about the product, about the service, about the company, about the target group, if you do all of it, it's not gonna be the best copy possible. That's, in my opinion, a skilled human should do it. So how I use ChatGPT, basically for inspiration, because sometimes you have this writer's block, like you're staring at the empty page and thinking what to do next, and then asking ChatGPT this exact question, like, I'm having a trouble with writing an article on the topic of whether AI will replace copywriters or not, and I need some inspiration. Like, give me 20 ideas on what should I write in this article to make it entertaining and useful for my user, based on the content available in the internet. Also, you could point out things that my competitors do not have that I could put into the article to make it more useful, and let it go. And now, when it gives you answer, you're not on the empty page anymore. So you can treat it like a swipe file that you don't have.
Yeah, makes sense. You can see the posts on LinkedIn that are totally copy paste ChatGPT. What are the ways of like adding this human touch to what you've written, what you've generated rather?
I've heard I've heard of experts that claim that you can train ChatGPT to mimic you one-to-one. I didn't achieve it. Maybe I didn't try hard enough or long enough to achieve it. Maybe I will do someday. But the main issue with ChatGPT and all the generative AI is that it's guessing. AI is not capable of making conclusion. It's not capable of giving your giving opinion. Like all the posts, and like as you said on LinkedIn, generated by AI will be bland, politically correct, and it's lacking the flair that's coming from human touch. I know it's not capable of interpreting current events. It may make mistakes trying to refer these events to your brand, which is important. Like, for example, if you're trying to do some real-time marketing on LinkedIn to enhance your personal branding, I wouldn't give it to AI, because it can do something good, but it can do something bad. And some people don't care, some people will not like it, and you don't want it. I wouldn't use it for personal branding in my life. I wouldn't do it. Even for answering in comments, I wouldn't use AI. Like, you need to be you here. Alternatively, I know people are hiring ghostwriters on LinkedIn, on Twitter, on all the social media, and they're making sure that the ghostwriter can mimic their style. They're making sure, and the ghostwriter is making sure he's capable of mimicking the client's style. And I wouldn't trust AI with it. Like, it's possible. I didn't achieve it. I know people did, but they're not publishing their case studies. And they also say that it is very valuable know-how they will not share for free. So it could be the golden elephant we all have back at our home. That's non-existent. So I heard stories. Maybe it's just an urban story. We'll see.
All right, I feel you. What do you think of making mistakes on purpose? Like, it doesn't have to be a huge mistake, but let's say you start some sentence with this lowercase or lowercase name.
You mean making mistakes to make it look like it's not AI generated, or in general?
Yeah, like,
I think it's pointless.
All right.
In this case, I think it's pointless, because AI is not making these mistakes. Yeah, that's correct, but it's making you look bad. Actually, I think that you should at least look at your post before you publish it to see if there are mistakes. And if you are capable of locating, identifying these mistakes and correcting them, I think it's your responsibility to do it. And if you write yourself, like, there was this sentence on the train station in Gdynia: if you're being yourself, you don't have competition. And I think that's the core of building personal brand. Like, if you're on LinkedIn, probably business and personal brand are your main goals. And if you want to build an authentic personal brand, I think you need to be you, just like that. And maybe, just maybe, ChatGPT can generate the core of the post, but you should correct it. Like, you know what words are you using oftentimes, and you know what words you wouldn't use even if your life depended on it. We have these little nuances, don't we?
Yeah, we definitely do, and that's why I'm trying to delve bit by bit into the subject of maybe coming up with as a maybe not as a civilization, but do you think it is possible people could create some style of writing so as to be opposed to everything what's automatically generated? Like not
I
like
don't
a
think so.
code, not like a different language, but the style.
I don't think so, because generative AI is all about mimicking. It's learning on what we produce, and if we're learning, like, do you remember the movie X-Men: Days of the Future Past?
No, I'm not into
So
superpowers and stuff.
okay, just to make the reference,
Yep.
the beginning of the movie is about the fact that some people created sentient beings. They were
Yeah,
capable of mimicking it and countering it. So they basically eradicated all the mutants in the world because they were capable of adapting. They were scanning and recreating the superpowers. I don't know how they did it. Like, yeah, perhaps it's a technology of the future. Maybe we'll do it someday. Maybe not. But that's the point of AI. It's mimicking. It's being fed with the content that's online, and the content online was produced by humans. So it's just recreating.
All right. Do you write in English? Since you're
Sometimes.
quite good at it. Okay. Sometimes, do you think like is it better to write in English, like having a foreign client, maybe?
Better in terms of what? The pay. The pay is better.
We could go both ways, like communication and cooperation, and also the pay.
Yep. So let's start with the money, because that's what's the most interesting about the whole
Yeah.
cooperation and working. Yeah, the money is better, but the money doesn't come for free, because foreign clients are much more demanding than Polish clients. Also, they're much more respectful.
Really?
Yep.
Okay. That's
In my
I
experience,
wouldn't expect.
they're very helpful. I haven't had a situation where a foreign client would be really displeased with my work, and I had it with Polish clients, and I don't think it was my fault entirely, but yeah, that didn't happen with foreign clients. They're calm. Yeah, they are demanding, but they demand for something. The demand comes for something. They pay better, but they demand more, because the foreign market is way more competitive than our market. Like 60 million people, around 60 million people speak Polish, and almost 2 billion people speak English, maybe more. Like, I don't know the exact data, but last time I checked, it was 1.8 billion people in the world. So let's just say that the competition is higher. Thus, the demands are higher. So,
Yeah.
and the communication, they are much more helpful, because they know that if they help you do your job well, you will do your job well. And in Poland, I think that sometimes clients are expecting us to read their minds and do something on our own, or do something at all, without giving us a bit of information about what they do, what they sell, who they sell to. And afterwards, when we don't do our job well because we lack information, they're upset. Like, why? How is it that you don't know it? Like, how would I know it if you didn't tell me? Like, I'm not mind reader. Come on. So I don't like working for foreign clients. I don't actually like writing in English, because it's not my native language, and it will never be. and I will never jump up to the native level, so I'm not even trying. I think that the native copywriting should be left for native copywriters, or at least native proofreaders. Yesterday I spoke with Tomek Bill from Alpha Lingua, and he said the same. He used to work with foreign clients, and he knows as well that they want native. If they want quality, they should get native. Like, I know people from Poland saying that they're bilingual and they can write in English, and they say that, like, my favorite part is when they say that they finished university, they finished English philology, and they're native. Like, nah, no, you're just like the tip of the iceberg, right? Yeah, so no, get your reality check, because the world is gonna get it for you. Like, maybe someone who lived for 20 years before graduating, lived in England or United States, maybe they're close, maybe. Just
yeah,
maybe.
they can be quite close, and they have this another thing which just usual native does not have. Like, bilinguals possibly have this understanding of another culture, which in creation of a text is crucial, since you are not just creating words or putting them in some order. You are also presenting some vision, and if you understand another culture and how this culture thinks, it's easier to adjust. Like, you can be a native to even 3 languages, because you live in UK, your mother is Polish and your father is French. Right.
That would be nice.
Yeah, that would be nice. And those guys, those girls are golden in terms of languages, because their environment consists of 3 languages from the very beginning. And when you acquire this kind of notion, what's what, how does world look like, and what do you think, how do you think, you are already deep into 3 languages, right? So this is how you are native to a language. Native meaning like from the day one. And that's it. You can't really acquire language afterwards and name yourself as a native bilingual.
Maybe we're gonna get grilled for this statement.
Oh, I'm being grilled all the time.
Try
Yeah. So fuck off.
Give me a shot. Give me a shot. Like, I'm bilingual. Like,
look at the smile. This is what I'm doing. It gives me energy. I'm just reading everything afterwards. And, whoa, where's your nerve? Okay, yeah. All right, you're right. I'd love to share my piece of writing with you. So I'm gonna share the screen. So do you see what I'm sharing? My website? Lovely. So it's in Polish, but anyways, I wanted to show you my article about pipeline. So I'm defining this word. And as you see, it's not that long. I don't want you to read that, obviously, because we don't really have that much time. But do you think it's long?
What's long?
The article. Loved that. Okay. Yeah, I totally vibe with you. This is the reason why you asked me if we are censoring or not. Okay, now I get you. So no, we are not censoring.
I don't think it's long. Like, it's a 3 to 5 minutes read. Like, if Someone says it's long, like, come on.
It's actually 2 or 3 minutes probably. Okay, so another one. So you can see it's quite longer. I'd say 12-minute read, maybe 10, 7, whatever. But it's like 3 or maybe even 4 times longer than the previous one. What do you think? Which one is successful and which is not?
Oh, that's the tricky question, right?
Yeah.
I'll go with the first one. I'll go with the pipeline, with the shorter one. I'm shooting.
Okay, so you're shooting, and it's very, very short. So why are you shooting? Pipeline is better. Since there, in the second one, I've managed to touch many subjects and like levels of the subject. And what's wrong with the second one?
I don't think that's something wrong with the second one. I think that the shorter one will drag more attention because it's short and it's giving a concise answer in a timely manner. That's what I think. But as I said, it's a shot in the dark.
Yeah, all right. So short, concise, in a timely manner.
What's the answer?
Pipeline is the successful one. It's been on top for a couple of years now.
You want to know the secret?
I don't know what's the secret. I wanted to know a little bit more right now here today, and get some answers, because the other one is very, very long. Really well thought through, good structure, good keyword. Did a research and stuff. Pipeline is a short word. So what the fuck is going on? How am I supposed to write? Since all these experts tell me you should go big, the longer the better. They say like 1,500 words is like a fucking minimum. So from my experience, it's not like this. And this is my experience. These 2 articles. I've written 150 articles, but
thing is, it depends whether it depends on whether you're paying these people for these articles or not. If you're paying for them, the longer the better. The longer, the more money they get. So they're gonna tell you the longer the better. Like, there is a solid argument for the length of an article, because if your competition on average has 1,500 words articles, there's no reason for you to have less or more. You should aim for the 1,500 words. But if you can deliver the answer they are delivering, all of them, if you can deliver it in a half of these words, I would consider, as a user, and as I said earlier, Google is driven towards user, I would say you're not only giving me the answer I need, but you're also saving my time. You're giving me my time back. Like, for example, if I had to read your competitors 10 minutes and you're giving me the same answer in 5 minutes, what would I like better? The answer is simple. So, but the article is shorter, and if someone's paid 10 cents per word, that means they're paid half their money.
But again, if you're a copywriter, it's gonna be better for you to, for example, have a budget and write 2 or 3 articles instead of 1, because there is, or maybe not, there's more research, but still you are not boring your ass off on one subject. So what's better from your perspective?
I'm not gonna be original. It depends.
Fuck off. On?
Sorry, man, but that's the truth. Actually, there was a trend like 4 years ago, 5 years ago, perhaps in some companies, in some cases, even now, there was a trend for these long ass articles for 5,000, 10,000 words, one that's answering all the questions that internet
fucking
has.
book.
Yeah, the book. Like my ebook had like 10,000 words or so. So that's an ebook, not an article. And how do you expect someone to read something this long? Like how? How do you expect? How do you come up with an idea that someone looking for a quick answer will sit in front of the PC or a laptop or with the smartphone for half an hour on the toilet reading your article? That's gonna cause hemorrhoids. You cannot sit that long on the toilet. Come on, get real. And now they're doing this stuff that they are cutting the article in smaller pieces, and they're answering one question with one article, but thoroughly.
All right. I just thought that maybe the same copywriters who did this fucking article about tomato soup that makes your ass boom and go with diarrhea, you just spend your fucking 30 minutes on your toilet and you are reading those long ones. Yeah, that makes sense.
Some content writers will say that will face the client, and the client says like, I need a 10,000 words article on tomato soup. I heard the story, like that's authentic. I mean, it wasn't 10,000 words, 5,000 words about tomato soup. Like, what you gonna do for 5,000 words about tomato soup? Authentic, awful. And some content writers will say, 5,000 words times 10 cents, that means 5,000 times 10, $500. Okay, I'll take it. I'll figure it out somehow, but I'll take it. And some content writers will say, look, my dear client, I respect you and I respect your money. And that's the waste of money. Don't do that. Instead, you can write 10 articles for $50 each. That's going to do better, for example. Or maybe you don't need it. Like that's the question with the morality, because some people will say you need something you don't need just because they get paid. And some people will say, look, you don't need it. I may not earn my dollar here, but I'm going to earn my honesty and integrity. I'll say, you don't need it. What you need is A, B, C, and D, for example. That's my take. And some people may not agree. Maybe I get grilled again because I'm saying something that's not sexy. But that's not my point of living, to say things that are.
And this is the reason why we are speaking, because of the the vibe and being quality oriented. Like it's the same with the English lessons we are providing. Like, don't really delve into benefits and do not waste your money on that, because benefit is just a benefit. It's just a cost, and you should be investing, and investment is really well thought through. So not everybody in your company does have to have those English lessons. You should pick this and that one, and it's 4 people instead of 40.
I think people are missing the concept that some people are mentally in the 90s, where there was no internet, and if you ripped someone, no one would know. Maybe a few people in your city, in your town, in your village, and that's all. Now we have internet. The information travels all around the world in a matter of seconds. And if you rip someone off, they're gonna yap about it. They're gonna be yapping about it for the rest of their lives. So I think that's not worth it now. And people I think that they are more focused on their own benefit rather than the benefit of the client, which should be their benefit too. I think that's the point. That's the problem.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna flatter you a little bit with this, because we've collaborated, right? You remember?
Yep.
Yeah. So I don't know if you remember, I'm a pain in the ass or not.
Nope. You're good. That's how I know. That's how I know which article does better.
Okay. Okay, great. I blicked you this 100 zlotys. Thank you. No, I wanted to ask you if how do you do that you are successful in those areas? Like communication was frictionless, and yeah, I have this feeling that the money spent was wisely spent, which is not so usual in my case. So what do you think, apart from being an expert and doing a great job, is there anything else?
Thank you. A compliment taken. Well, my secret is 4 years in insurance business. 4 years in insurance business and 4 days on 4 days in a call center where we were calling people, random numbers, and trying to sell them things, trying to invite them with offering a gift to come and sit their asses on a massage table and stuff. So during these 4 years, during my tenure in the insurance business and these 4 days in a call center, I had enough. I was up with it, with the bullshit, with the shit pushing, with all the dishonesty. All the clients are for us here. The point of client existing, the point of having a car and an insurance is for me to get rich, not for them to be safe. I had enough. I had fucking enough. And I said to myself when I was leaving insurance and I was leaving the call center, and then 6 months in a shop, that I'm going to be honest. For the price of money, I'm going to be honest for the rest of my life. I'm going to do my fucking best to deliver to the customer, to the client, to not fail their expectations, to match their expectations, to just basically do my job. Because I'm having clients that had a stint with agencies, and the agencies didn't deliver because the agencies are focused with their fucking processes and stuff on their own goal, on their own profit, and they don't care about the customer. And they're saying that we cannot guarantee you success, we cannot guarantee you effect because of the goodwill of a Google, because maybe the algorithm will change. We cannot guarantee you anything. And that's most of the times that's bullshit, because all you need to do for the client to have effect is to do your fucking job. And that's it. That's basically it. And the reason they're saying that we cannot guarantee you anything is because they're trying to make themselves a comfy little place, a comfortable little company that allows you to do nothing and take money. Because that's pure business. That's pure profit. When you're taking money from someone and you're not required to do anything, like, that's golden. That's the business we want, right? Well, times change. I believe times change, and customers will learn that that there are agencies and agencies, that some agencies are focused on their goals and some agencies are focused on their clients' goals. And you should double check these agencies and select the latter.
So sincerity, honesty, how do you stay authentic and true to yourself, to who you are, and still maintaining professional image in social media? I'm not doing this. Like, I'm not maintaining my professional image. I do not have professional image, probably, so I don't really have anything to maintain to. But how about the people who would like to feel themselves, have their original style, have their original thoughts, opinions, ways of expression, but still fit into this fucking world of social media?
Oh, you can try to pretend anything. You can try to be anyone. You can try to be an actor, and sooner or later, if you're not dedicated and focused, it's gonna fall off. So I don't think that's worth it. And I learned it by looking at some people that they were exposed. I'm scared as shit about being exposed, so I'm not leaving anything for, how do you say that? Like, I'm just laying it all out. So that's my goal. That's my rule. That's my code, to just be honest. Just cut the bullshit. Just be yourself. Like, this is the only reason, the only way to stay authentic in the social media. Be yourself. You cannot be anyone else. That's impossible. That's against the logic. You cannot be. Can you be me in social media? Can I be you? I cannot. Like, it's impossible. So why bother? Why trying to be someone when you know what? Sometimes I'm looking at the memes and the promises of politics, and they're saying that I'm going to do this, this, and that. And then 5-6 years, like, the best example is Sylwia Spurek. Like, she's the biggest vegan in the whole Poland, right? She's not touching anything that's coming from animal. She's not eating anything. She's not wearing anything. And yet, 3 or 4 years ago, she bought a 4,000 zloty, like $1,000 worth Louis Vuitton leather belt. The biggest vegan in the Poland.
Not vegan.
Yeah. So I'm scared as shit of it. Like, I don't want ever to be exposed, which is why I'm just not lying. I'm just being myself. And that's the recipe for being authentic in social media. You have your own thoughts. Either people are going to like you for what you are, or they're not going to like you for what you are. But the best way to stay irrelevant is to try to fit all sizes, is to try to be liked by everyone. Impossible.
All right. Since you are supposed to be yourself, is it okay to be yourself when yourself is corrupted?
Do you lose business because of what you are? Do you actually receive messages that I would love to spend money with your company, but I don't like your gimmicks? Do you receive such messages? I think that some things can be changed. Some things change naturally. Like, in the very beginning, I was listening to hip hop. Then I was listening to punk rock and metal. And now I'm listening to whatever pleases my ears. So it can evolve. It depends on whether it's supporting your goals or not. If it's hurting your business or it's hurting your life, because you are what you are who you are, sorry, I think I would look for a way to develop here. Like, for example, if you're having anger issues because of someone saying that you cannot eat meat, even if you like it. The anger is your issue. The fact that someone does not like it, that's their issue. But the anger that you are triggered by it, that's your issue. And you should work on it and think, why it bothers me? Why it bothers me that someone doesn't like me? Does it have some root cause in childhood? Maybe I want to please everyone because people didn't like me when I was a child. Things like that. I would look for a way to develop it. As long as you care what people think about you, and it's hurting you, and it's hurting your business, yeah, I would look for a way to develop. I wouldn't look for a way to change. I think change is a little aggressive, but development, I think that's the keyword.
Okay. And you think there is a place for that in social media?
Totally.
Okay. Right. So I know that we've already moved from the subject of copywriting, but let's just have this quick one and tell me if what do you think of this piece of writing?
An open letter to men and women who are willing to risk. Oh, this looks like a legend, like some legendary copywriting.
For me, this is totally not sexy. Like, I did not want to read that. So that's the first thing, graphics and the whole style as it is presented. It's just a wall of text for me, and
True.
it's unappealing. So
First thing I noticed was $350. Okay, and the headline, I think it's good. I think it's catching the attention, which is the point of, which is the goal of headline, to catch attention. It's not to sell. You're not selling at this point. It's you need someone's attention, and you have this mechanism, the call out. First, the call out, an open letter to men and women. Okay, you know who you're targeting. I mean, you're targeting basically everyone, but then you have this mechanism of getting rid of people not willing to participate, who are willing to risk $350, and anyone who's not willing to risk $350 goes away. That's good. To make $10,000 or more. Well, considering the fact that there are so many scams right now, when someone tells me that I can pay $350 for something to make $10,000, I would not read on. I would not read on. Like, I would consider it. Maybe I'll check what the scam is about, and maybe later on I will learn it's not a scam. But on the paper, it looks like scam to me. And then, as you said, a wall of text. Not sexy at all. Yeah, the copywriting evolved mostly because of the medium that we're on. We're reading things on our smartphones, on social media, on the internet, basically. And it's not good for our eyes. The paper was better for our eyes, and it looks like something like a newspaper.
yeah,
I don't know. It's a shot in the dark. I'm not familiar with this copy, and I don't know who wrote it, who assembled it, but it looks like a newspaper piece to me. And the wall of text, maybe 40, 50 years ago, you could slide with it, but now, no.
sales letter.
I think today's customers, today's potential clients, today's leads, users are more demanding and I think lazier. They want results fast, clear, effortless. And effortless is like the keyword here for me.
Yeah.
They're lazy. They need things fast and smooth. So I think it wouldn't slide today, this sales letter. I think it should be at the very least, formatted, like some bullet points, different font.
There is also this I believe. I mean, right now we don't really care what do you believe, right? You should stay to the facts and not beliefs. So there are some, me as a linguist, I've noticed some words that I wouldn't put there into the sales letter, or nor any other marketing piece of writing. So yeah, I was just curious because it's almost a century difference between us here now and the letter. So what do you think next, let's say 50 years, because we are definitely accelerating the changes that that we are undergoing, right, as a civilization. So in 50 years or even 100 years, what do you think is going to change? Maybe 20 years, whatever. Like, if you see this huge change and the difference between the sales letter and what we are having today.
That's a tough question. I don't like predicting questions. because I may be wrong, and I cannot be wrong because school taught me not to be wrong at all costs.
Yeah.
But let's say I'll just fantasize. I think that the attention deprivation for now is a big issue. Like, we were able to focus on one thing for, on average, 47 seconds 30 years ago, and now it's 21 seconds, I believe. I may be wrong. I read some research on the attention. We have an attention of squirrel right now. We have an attention of a mouse. We are degenerating in terms of attention. The children are used to watch YouTube since the age of 2 years, 3 years old, since the age of
Yeah, very like user friendly from this perspective of children. Like, they already know what to do, how to do. It's very intuitive, generate all those apps, and you know, so it's very easy for them to be addicted to those smartphones and stuff. Yeah.
Our dopamine system for now, like, as the humanity, is in shambles. It's destroyed. It's gone. Like, we're not used to, like we used to. We're not used to go outside. We're not used to enjoy sun and pure relax. We're just going and going and going and going. And we're always on a rush. And we're always in stress. Like, that's tragic. And the late gratification that we lack for now, that's detrimental for us. And I think that's going to be the trend for marketing, for copywriting, for sales letters. I will need to run some tests on it to check if shorter sales letter containing similar content will sell better than a longer one. And maybe there will be, like, it's already happening, and different types of copy, different types of graphics, different types of video ads, video sales letter. That's the thing. That used to be a thing.
Yeah.
So what will stay the same is the need of human. Jim Edwards stated that 9 out of 10 customers buy because they don't like something. They don't like the way they are right now. They don't like their surroundings. They don't buy because they want something. They buy because they want to get rid of something. And this will not change. For now, this will not change. I think that in the future, there will be a trend towards honesty, because people are tired with the bullshit. They're tired with the multi-level funnels. Click here, click there. Here's an upsell. Here's a downsell.
Beautiful times for us.
Are you really do you really want to pass on this awesome occasion to buy this 2,000 course for just $20? Like, are you really insane to pass on this opportunity that's gonna change your lifetime? And you're clicking, yes, I'm dead sure about it. Let me go out. And you click the button, and then there's another page. Are you certain? Do you really not want to buy this thing?
Yeah.
This is the last chance. This is the last chance to make a decision that's going to change your life. Like, people are fucking sick of it. I am sick of it. Maybe I'm in a bubble. Maybe that works. Maybe it's still working. Maybe 10 emails on the final day of sales campaign still works in some countries. But I think it's not going to work. I'm noticing a trend in the marketing of a couple of my clients that they're stating right out of the bat, we don't want marketing bullshit in our campaign. We don't want it. We're just gonna go straight with the sale, and that's it. Like, we're gonna say, we have this product and you can buy it now. Do you want to buy it? And that's it. And it's working. And it is working. It's astonishing, but it's working. People are tired. People are sick of it. People are fed up with it. I think that's going to be the trend. But fantasizing, maybe that's my ideal world, and maybe I'm wrong.
Okay. And who's right? Please, come on. Your fuck up story with English. So tell me about something crazy, some crazy mistake.
An English fuck up story. I cannot think of a fuck up. What I can tell you about the sacrifice I made. I was always this guy that I don't want to make mistakes. If I don't know what the word means, I'm not gonna say it. So that's kind of limiting in terms of English fuck ups. But I had this sacrifice because in first class in high school we had 3 lessons of English in a row on Monday, and the first thing, and the teacher didn't want to let me go to the toilet during the lesson, not even to water the sponge that we were using to clear the backboard, and I couldn't do it during the break, because you know what's happening in high school during breaks. 20 people in a toilet smoking, and
don't tell me
I could do it. I could do it. Maybe I could have done it, but you know how it is. You're standing there and in the cabin trying to do your thing, and people are, what is he doing that long? Is he peeing or is he taking a shit? Like, yo, you lie there. Yo, what up? I'm trying to focus here. And for the whole year, I couldn't pee during. I was like, my bladder was squeezing like it's fuck. And I made the sacrifice because she had this little paper from her college, from her teacher, with English curse words. Okay. And I traded my health for the piece of paper. I said, Mrs. I will never ever in this year again ask you to let me go to the toilet if you give me a glance, if you let me glance at this paper. And the words I learned are still with me today.
Come on, what's the content?
It was disappointing. It was like, peace off.
Nah.
And just that, and a few more.
Okay. Nothing creative.
Yeah. Like, where's fuck? I'm reading that and I'm thinking, where's fuck? Like, that's the basic word. Like, and I traded my freedom and my health for that shit. Like, I was so disappointed. I think that's my biggest fuck up with English.
Oh yeah, probably it was, because you traded a piece of your health and mental health to nothing.
Yep, okay. But it came with a benefit, because now I have iron bladder. I can hold it pretty long. Like, whenever there's a situation, I'm thinking, like, come on, I was sitting 3 hours in a row in my high school, dying. Like, I can wait 15 minutes.
Dying for pissing. Fuck. No, it's interesting. But you see, you can actually notice something positive for you. So yeah, let's not be so negative about everything.
Yep.
Yeah, and a nice story to close up our convo. True. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you, the audience, for your what are we fighting for with the audience?
Are we fighting the integrity, the honesty?
Yeah, and their attention.
And the attention.
Right. Yeah. Daniel Bartosiewicz, until next time.
Until next time. Looking forward to it. Thank you all.
Cheers.
Cheers.